very, very consequential meeting of stakeholders, the people who live inside and outside of Yala Swamp or Yala Delta. And we have said the following, that the interests of the communities have not been made paramount or a priority. So as we move forward, the interests of the communities and the, must be given priority, because this is community land. It will never change until we change the constitution. It will be community land. Even if you bring an investor, the people of Songa and Orengo and Imbo have a right to ask how you're using their land, because it's community land. Secondly, we want demarcation, clear demarcation. Thirdly, we want those who are thrown into land that is basically a lake that requires drainage. That is like confining them into condemnation, because they don't have the wherewithal to carry out the drainage to make the land arable. So their interests and the areas which are demarcated to these communities must be within areas where the land is arable and can be used for cultivation. And together with that, where there is ancestral land that has got historical value, where the people who lived, our forefathers lived, where they were buried, those areas must also be respected. Just like we go to Nairobi and pay respect to where Kenyatta was buried, the people of Orengo also and Imbo must know and also we want the investor to come, but only on condition that the land will remain community land and that the land will be used for the benefit of the Republic of Kenya, but taking the interests of the people of Usonga, Orengo, and Imbo as paramount. And they must take into consideration corporate social responsibility, which include that if you are recruiting workers to work in your investment, there is no reason why you should import people from other counties when there are people living here without jobs, and so on and so forth. The other condition which I'm putting, which we have not discussed, is that all monies owing to the county government of Siaya must also be paid from Dominion days up to now as a condition precedent. Finally, we have agreed to have a task force consisting of the communities and the county government. The county government will be part of that task force with no superior rights, and we'll sit down and formulate the conditions under which we will resolve this issue and put it to the national government and the National Land Commission. And if those conditions are not met, then we will not agree that this community land is granted or leased to any investor or any entity, including the government of Kenya, and even including the county government. Even the county government must respect the interests of the communities living on that land or who are using that land. I think there's a fair summary of what we have discussed, and I want to thank every leader who came here.
My name's I'm called Okumu Frederick Uchieng from Orengo. I'm the chair of the community Yala Swamp. We met with the governor today in the morning, and some of the resolutions that were made. I can say that the governor agrees with us that the people in the county government, who issued land for 99 years, covering almost 3 generations, did not act in the best interest of the community, but even the decision by the National Land Commission to reduce the lease period to 66 years does not augur well. We want to demand that the Yala Swamp community land must revert back to community before any decision are taken in the absence of the participation and consultation with the community. The community in the swamp is united in its resolution to ensure that the land will revert to them for their use, and this unity will last for all long as the land has not reverted to the community. We wish to confirm on an authority of today's consultation that no one knows this investor called Lake Agro, not the community, not our county government. Documents on the lease are not available to the remittance to the national government, to the public. The lease was signed by the national government, and this investor continues to remittance to the national government. Our county is not benefiting in any way from these actions. The behavior of this investor has attracted the attention of the highest office in the land. In his recent misadventure in Mumias Sugar case, the president recently gave him and his like the notice, is like a notice. Mambo ni matatu. We, the community and stakeholders of Yala Swamp, wish to reiterate to the Lake Agro, mambo ni matatu. We shall enforce soon. Conflicts are many, and the county wants to resolve the same, and we are ready to work with the county and the governor to address them. Our people are suffering in many ways. Police harassment, sporadic road closures, dust is causing many airborne diseases with no mitigation. Our cows cannot access the lake. Drainage systems are overflowing and flooding people's farms. Yet our leaders have no voice, and Lake Agro has become the chief, the MCA, the MP, and the county government, operating above the law, doing territorial governance, taking over the chiefs, MCA, and other leaders. Our governor's goodwill is most welcome, and we want all other elected political leaders to follow these footsteps and speak in one voice regarding our injustice. Our elected leaders must support this initiative, irrespective of political position, gain or pain on the swamp.
Friends of Yala Swamp is the group of CSOs and people who are well-wishers, who are really out to support the community's cause to gain control of the Yala Swamp land, which we now all know is community land. And our reason for being here was the meeting that we held with the governor, Honorable Orengo, and to get clarity who owns the land and who is the investor on the land. And if at all the investor is on the land according to the NLC ruling or recommendation, then who is executing all those recommendations that were on that on the decision that they made? Where are the community members? What are the benefits? Who's benefiting? And out of these benefits, does the community know? And so as the community members have spoken, and you've heard that not even the payments that are being made, whether it was the lease, whatever they're paying, we don't want to know, but what is very clear is that it's not coming down to the county, and neither is the community receiving it. And as friends of Yala Swamp, we want justice for the community in Yala Swamp. We started this journey 2003, it's 20 years as we speak, and we don't think it's the right thing to be done. These people are Kenyans, these people are residents of Siaya County, and therefore the county as a government, which has agreed to work with us to ensure that justice is served by ensuring that this land is recognized as such, and whatever work happens on the land takes care of community interest in terms of consultation and participation.
I think we have agreed that we want to revert back to the land of the community. And it's not an easy walk. We are ready to fight, and bring the land back. And we'll not rest because the land was taken by the Lake Agro and procedurally. The decision by National Land Commission we don't recognize as CSOs because from where we stand, it's done out of bad faith. And we feel that the Ministry of Lands colluded with the Lake Agro to take away the Sierra resource and given to somebody that we don't know, because even the exit of dominion was mysterious. And we also asked the government to investigate and let us know if this land that we are talking about might have been given out for the loan by dominion, because what is emerging is not clear. And we tasked government of Orengo and the national government to give the resident of Sierra justice, because as you all know, the Yala swamp is a fragile ecosystem that is very key in the climate change agenda. And if Sierra government commits itself to the climate change agenda, then they should not, in a way, destroy that Yala swamp, because when you destroy it, you are taking away people of Yala livelihood. As you know that the fishery community that depend on the Lake Kanyamboli no longer fish. The people who used to do the mats no longer do the mats. The community land, private land is at risk. So our appeal is that justice be served to the resident of Sierra. Thank you.
My name is Nelias Njoguna. I am a legal officer at Kituo cha Sheria. And as friends of Yala, we have come to support the community who have faced historical injustices for a long time. Yala Swamp has been a source of livelihood for the community, for the fisher folk, for the farmers, for the livestock, the cattle keepers. And by bringing in private investors without involving and engaging the community, this goes against the law and the procedure and what is required of the government before undertaking such processes. And to quote, I know most of you are familiar with the Ogek case. When they went to the African Commission and the African Court, they actually held that before any lease was issued in the Ogek case or any benefit sharing agreement, they needed to consult with the community. And in this case, there has been no consultation that is intense with the community, so that the views of the community being taken into consideration. And that is why the community is opposed to this entire process. It's not about them not wanting investors. It's about the fact that their views are not being taken into consideration. And it's about time, because the government and the power belongs to the people. They are the ones who have elected these leaders, and they are the ones who should take up these views and assist the community to get a solution that works for them and something that benefits them. And therefore, in this journey, we will support any way necessary. And we are very happy that the governor was able to meet with us, and we are looking forward to engaging with him so that we can find a solution once and for all and put this matter to rest and find justice for the community. Thank you.
MCS belo mo apede mo pogre kusonga gibo utadegi an kwa mpunga gilunga Joseph Onyango Pondo
ebo MCS ani lunga no okumufere to chien aja kom majimati ala Lego side ayi kidogo kadege kende a Lego side do pogro pogre
Ini kayak aku bercanda.